Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Game Time Guide, and today we're going to be going over the contenders and the pretenders in the NBA this season. This year especially, it feels like there's a lot of surprise teams, and I'm going to be saying my thoughts on whether I think that they're actually good enough to win a title. So, first team up, we got the Los Angeles Lakers, and any team with LeBron James on it is going to be a contender, especially in the West, which does seem kind of like a down year. In the NBA in general, there's a lot of really talented teams that are underperforming, but as of late, the Lakers have been on a losing streak, 3 games, but this is without Anthony Davis, who's been injured. And, I mean, this team, any team with LeBron is just going to be great. He makes everyone around him way better, and I see them as a contender for sure. Next team I'm going to talk about is the Utah Jazz, which I think is the at least second biggest surprise team this year. They're number 1 in the NBA right now. They're a couple games ahead of the Lakers, who are second in the West. And this team reminds me a lot of the 2015 Atlanta Hawks that had 4 All-Stars. But any casual NBA fan definitely could only name 1 or 2. It just has a lot of good ball movement on this team and a lot of good role players like Joe Ingles and Gobert, who's up for Defense Player of the Year, and a star in Donovan Mitchell. This team, in my opinion, is a contender in the West as of how they've been playing as of recent. Another team that surprised me this year, but in the wrong way, has been the Boston Celtics, who sit at 17-17 and 6th in the Eastern Conference. This team is loaded with talent, with Kemba Walker at point guard, Jaylen Brown at shooting guard, and Jason Tatum at small forward. Now, from that list, you would think that this team would be at least a top 5 team in the league as of record-wise, but no. They've been playing horrible as of recently and not being able to finish games. The problem especially lays in Kemba Walker, who's been shooting a horrible percentage from the field and has made many bad turnovers as of late that caused their team to lose the game. I think the lack of veterans, let me rephrase that, this team is almost too young. There's a lack of veterans and veterans can always help with IQ finishing games. They're just able to help the players and help the team. And I think before the deadline ends, this team is going to have to make some trades if they want to be contenders in the Eastern Conference. And that's why I have them labeled as pretenders. Next up, we got the Phoenix Suns. And this team is sitting at 4th in the Western Conference and are 10 games over 500. And this is hard to say, but I do think this team is a pretender. I don't think a core of Ayton, Paul, and Booker are good enough to win a title in such a loaded season with talent on every single team. Devin Booker is a superstar, in my opinion, in the league, and I think he got snubbed out of the All-Star game. But I just don't see this team beating LeBron James and Anthony Davis in a 7-game series, and this is why I have them labeled as a pretender as well. Many people may automatically say, when they look at the Brooklyn Nets Big 3, that they are immediate contenders in the Eastern Conference and will win the title this year. When I first heard about this trade for Harden, I thought it was a horrible trade for the Brooklyn Nets, and in the first couple games, it showed that they were starting to lose games. The lack of defense was just horrible when they traded Jarrett Allen away. DeAndre Jordan has been playing not up to his potential, and he just looks like a shell of his former self. But recently, they've been winning tons of games. Everyone's putting up huge numbers in that Big 3, and I do have them as contenders in the Eastern Conference. Last but not least, we have the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid is playing at an MVP caliber level right now, and Ben Simmons also made the All-Star game. He's not playing the greatest ball of his career, but he's, I think, almost leading the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year over Gobert, which is huge. And I think this is the year that the Sixers finally get over the hump of second-round exits, like last year with the heartbreaker against Toronto and Kawhi Leonard with the buzzer beater. I think they're out for revenge, and I think this team is definitely capable of winning the title this year. And I have them labeled as a contender and my favorite in the Eastern Conference. Alright, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to subscribe and leave a like down below. And if I messed up or anything or left anything out, make sure to comment that down below in the comment section as well. Hope you all have a good day. Peace.